Okay, so this is attempt like 90 now. Every time that I try to share stuff with you guys that what the Lord is showing me, I swear I get the most off the wall interruptions that never happen otherwise. And of course, my phone is about to die. I keep getting these weird phone calls, which I never get phone calls. So of course, as I was almost about ready to finish the last video, a phone call came in. Oops, I didn't mean to call your number. And it just shut the video off. So I know when that happens, it's the devil trying to block this message. So get excited. So I am really excited to share this with you guys because it has been a long time since I have been able to share with you that I've been getting something that I'm seeing other people get as well. So hold on one second. I need to plug my phone into the charger so this doesn't die on me. So I am getting a lot of stuff about the Lord opening a veil or a curtain. I think it was like a month ago, I had the symbolic dream of the performer, who I knew the performer was symbolic of Jesus. And the performer was standing backstage, literally like right up behind the curtain, like his back was up against the curtain on the backstage side. He was about ready to go out and perform. So he was like warming up and hyping himself up and everything. And I knew within moments he was about ready to come out from behind the curtain and just perform his socks off. And I knew in the dream, it told me history was about to play out. And the anticipation and the buildup in that dream was very strong. And then a couple weeks after that, I had a vision where I saw Jesus standing beside a curtain, which is another symbolic way of saying a veil. I think a veil in the Bible was basically a curtain. So in the vision, I saw Jesus standing beside the curtain. I saw his hand reach over to the curtain and grab a fistful of it, and he just yanked it open. And I woke up. And after I had that vision, I was like, wow, that's the second thing that I've had in the past couple weeks about Jesus and a curtain or a veil. So then today I was scrolling through YouTube, as I do every day. I try to scroll through and see what you guys are sharing and what other people are putting out there. I do not always watch videos anymore, like hardly ever, because I just don't have the time to do that. But I do always try to make it a point to just see what's going on and what you guys are getting and what the Lord is showing you. So I saw a video title that really piqued my interest because it said something about the Lord opening a veil. And I was like, that's what I'm getting. And the funny thing is, I don't even know who this channel is. I think the title of it was Crowing Rooster Ministries or something like that, which I was like, who is that? I do not remember ever subscribing to that channel. Does not ring a bell with me at all. I think the only reason I would subscribe to a channel is because probably what happened was one of you guys sent me something that they shared and posted that probably clicked with or resonated or aligned with something that I was getting, and I hit subscribe. So apparently this channel and myself get a lot of the same messages. I just don't remember, I don't recognize the channel name. So, but I believe it was Crowing Rooster Ministries. So if you just want to like type that in and go see the video that they posted, I believe it was today. I very quickly clicked on it, and I was only able to get a few minutes into it because of the kids and stuff. But I don't know the name of the person whose channel it is. One second. Sorry, guys. I don't know the name of the person whose channel it is, but he said, I woke up this morning and the Lord told me, and I'm paraphrasing, he said basically that the Lord told him he was about to tear open the veil, or what was the wording that he used? Just go check out the channel, but basically that the Lord was about to rip open the veil, and something about at Passover is what it was. And I was like, I'm getting stuff about the veil or the curtain being opened as well, and a performer about to literally play out history. So I'm like, okay, I really believe this is the Lord trying to say that he is about to perform something historical. He is about to do something and reveal something. I don't know if it's the rapture. I don't know if it's something on the world stage. I know there's a lot of buzz about stuff supposedly happening with Trump tomorrow. I really don't know. The Lord didn't give me the understanding of what it was he was showing me, but the fact that I saw this other channel say the same thing as well today, I was like, okay, the Lord's trying to say something here. And he said he heard at Passover, which also perked up my ears, because if you guys remember, if you've been with me on here over the past several years, you might remember that I think it was like last year or the year before that, I realized something registered with me, is that all these dreams that I've had about the time being off, and about timing and stuff like that, they were always on Easter morning, or the night before Easter, or the day of Easter, or Resurrection Day, whatever you want to call it. I realized as I had looked back into my dream journals, I was like, all these dreams I wrote Easter, I had this dream on Easter morning, or the night before, or the day after, always surrounding that Easter timing. I think it started with, the first one was where I had the dream where myself and all of you guys, like everyone in this Christian community on YouTube, we all received a gift from Jesus, and it was a wristwatch. And all of our watches the time was off by 30 minutes. And then the year after that, I had a dream where I saw Jesus performing he was working out a math problem. And he said, I remember him looking at me, and he said, the answer is time is off by 4, 5, 6. That's exactly how he said it. And then every year after that, I didn't realize it at the time, but as I was looking back in my dreams for certain specific things, I was like, oh my gosh, all of these dreams about the time being off were actually on Easter, or like right there, like the week of Easter, in the Easter or resurrection season. So it took me several years for that to click. So it wasn't like I was expecting it to happen or something, because I wasn't realizing it until I was looking back. So I realized today, as I saw this person's video about the veil, the curtain stuff, which is what I'm getting, and the fact that he said at Passover, I was like, oh my gosh, like here we are about just a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks away from Easter. It's okay, baby, you're all right. She's getting really tired. I'm like, here we are in the Easter resurrection season again. And all of these messages I'm getting about the Lord, about ready to pull the curtain or the veil open. So I don't know what he's about to do. Again, I don't know if he is coming for us at Easter. One thing I want to say is, I've always asked myself, like, if Jesus came down and said, if you had to guess when the rapture, or whatever you want to call it, catching away, Jesus, meeting us in the air, if you had to guess when that took place, when do you think it would be? Just for kicks and giggles. I would say either Christmas or Easter. Just because I feel like the rapture has to be like a message to those left behind, not so much to us, because we already know and we're watching and waiting. Just imagine, like, if the rapture happened on Christmas morning or Easter morning when Christians are in church, that would be like a obvious, oh crap, like they were right, like the Christians are gone. I don't know. That's just, if I had to guess, I would think it would be more likely around Easter time, just because of the resurrection theme. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's always something to keep me on my toes. So I don't know if that's what he's talking about here. I've had dreams that I've shared on here before, completely out of the season of Easter, where I saw in the sky, it was either the moon or two moons, and I saw the, you know how on Easter at church there's a cross with like the purple drape over it and the Easter lilies. I saw that in a dream up in the sky. It like replaced the moon. And I know the Easter is the one holiday or whatever you want to call it. I know everyone's getting triggered right now. But Easter is based on the moon. That's how you determine when Easter is. And you guys know, all the stuff that the Lord shows me about the moon. I've had 2 dreams this week about the moon that I couldn't even remember when I woke up because I was so tired and I haven't been sleeping well. But I know that I was dreaming about the moon. And all the dreams over the past decade that the Lord has shown me about when the rapture happens, that moment, there's 2 moons in the sky or whatever looks like 2 moons. I don't really know exactly the meaning of that. And I know that there's hundreds, if not thousands, of other Christians who are also having that dream. So I don't know if he is referring to the rapture around this time. I don't know if this is something more on a world stage thing, like he's about to reveal something. I don't know. I just knew that history was about to play out. It was something major. So, and then another thing, if I have time to just throw this out there. Several years ago, I was very troubled with all the different calendars that we have. Satan has thrown a monkey wrench in and confused the times and the calendars. And at this time, there was a lot of channels on here just trying to like line up the calendars and see where we're at. There's Hebrew calendar, there's Julian calendar, there's Gregorian calendar, there's the sun, moon, and stars, and there's all this confusion with it, and everyone's trying to figure out where we're at and everything. So that was causing me a lot of anxiety, and I'm like, Lord, that's just like complete confusion. So I went into some deep prayer about that, and I said, Lord, I'm just going to let go of that. I'm not going to let myself get all confused in that and try to figure this out and figure that out and decode all this stuff and try to crack I don't know. I said, what calendar do we go by? Boy, if I didn't wake up the next morning and I heard Gregorian, that was my answer. And I thought, you know what? That's so like the Lord, it to be that way, for us to just go by the Gregorian calendar, because I see it as his character in a way that Satan thinks he is real clever and sly with fudging up all the different calendars and Christians not knowing where we're at, what time it is, what real season it is. And I feel like the Lord is saying, you know what, have your fun with that. You think you're doing this and that, but I'm going to have the last laugh in it. I'm going to have the final say. And I feel like when the important things that happen that the Lord's going to do, whether it's the rapture or whatever, everything is going to line up and just align to all the calendars might fall into place perfectly, for all I know. But the answer to my prayer was Gregorian. It was very clear. I wasn't even expecting to receive it that soon, but I was like, okay. I woke up hearing that. So I was like, okay, that's just so like the Lord for him to do that, because here we are letting the devil confuse us, and we're trying to be smart and line up the days with this and that and charts and stuff, and all the while I feel like it's not even a big deal. Like, I feel like our attention shouldn't be on that, which, you know, it's fine to do that if that's what you want to do. A lot of people have a gift for doing that type of thing, so much so that I couldn't even follow along sometimes. So I just feel like we don't have to worry about where we're at or what day it is or whatever, because the Lord, I feel like, is going to have the last laugh and will make things happen at the perfect time, which on the Gregorian calendar, he's just going to line it all up. I feel like that's what he's going to do. And he's just kind of letting the devil think, you know how when your kids are doing something and they think they're getting away with it and you just kind of let them act a fool for a minute or two, just, let them think that they're pulling the wool over your eyes. I feel like the Lord is allowing the devil to think he threw a monkey wrench in and he's all in control of the times and whatever, and confusion. And in the end, the Lord's going to be like, you did all that for nothing, because the Lord is in control of timing. So that's just kind of my thoughts on that. So as far as when the true resurrection day or Easter or whatever you want to call it is, I don't think we have to sit and formulate that. The time is off. The Lord has given me dreams about the time is off, but I don't know what the 4, 5, 6 means. Some people have said maybe that's like April, May, June. I don't know. Anyways, so I just wanted to share this, that I'm getting stuff about Jesus specifically opening the veil or the curtain, and the fact that this other person got that same thing and he was told at Passover. The fact that every year on Passover or Easter timing is when I receive the dreams about the time being off, or major things, major dreams, rapture dreams or whatever. They always happen on Easter, and it took me years to realize that. So I just thought it was interesting. I don't really know what it means or what to make of it, but it's encouraging and put a little bit of pep in my step, because we're just a few weeks away from that season. And so there's a lot going on prophetically. Again, I don't know if Trump is supposed to be arrested tomorrow. I know I don't want to get too far into the whole Trump thing, because I really don't know. I will say, however, I shared a few months back where I had the dream where I saw Trump coming to this dilapidated apartment complex that really was in dire need of reparations and things like that. And Trump very humbly came to do that and to help the people. And there was no motive behind it or anything. When the train derailment thing happened in Ohio and Trump came to the city to, face that because Biden didn't, I wondered if that's what the dream was about. I still don't know. A lot of people have had dreams about Trump coming back into power somehow. Paul Begley made a really good point in a video that he posted within the past couple days, where he says that, if Trump were to come back for another term, that's a whole other thing that I actually don't even have time for. But if you guys watch Paul Begley, it was what he was sharing that Mike from Around the World was talking about with all the different presidential candidates. Like I said, just completely scratch that. That's a whole other thing I don't have time for. But I don't know if this is having even to do with Trump or Biden. I know that Kim Fisher received a word yesterday. How did she word it? She said she heard Biden will be trapped or something like that. So I don't really know what's going to happen, but there's a lot of excitement going on with all of that. And these dreams and visions and words that the Lord apparently, I believe, is giving his people about the veil is about to be opened on that, whatever it is he's about to perform. I knew history was about to play out. It was something big. So I don't know what that is. So, all right, gotta go. Bye.